Hey guys, it's Hunt for Games, and over the past few weeks, I've continued down the rabbit hole that is Final Fantasy XI. While partying to gain levels once took up pretty much 99% of what I did while playing, especially if you count waiting for those parties, things have changed a lot in the 2016 version of this game. As the population dwindled and more of the remaining player base focused solely on level 99 content, helpful soloing bonuses started to emerge that allowed players unable to find a full party to continue making progress in the leveling spectrum. Getting Beast up to level 35 before you had leave, man, that was awful. But depending on when you stop playing, or for those who never played to begin with, I thought I'd put together this quick little guide to leveling in 2016. You had to hope your pet would die in time, so you get full XP, so the enemy monster in the game did steal your XP. Fair warning, this somehow turned out to be a fairly long video, but I think it's got some great tips for anybody who's been away for a while, or anyone totally new to Final Fantasy XI, so let's get into it. So first things first, although I've mentioned it in a few other videos, I feel like I should bring it up again. The Rhapsodies missions provide some amazing key items throughout that end up doubling, tripling, just generally increasing the amount of experience you earn per fight really significantly. If leveling speed is your goal, you really owe it to yourself to get as far through these missions as you can. Even if you're leveling for the first time in this game, just try your best to keep up with them as you increase in level. Now that's over with, I'm going to give a quick rundown of the leveling tips I've used to get my lower jobs all the way up to 99, or finalize some of those 75 to 99 jobs since I've been back. Now, unlike the old days, there's a bunch of ways to go about this, and the choice is yours. Literally back in the day, there were maybe like 2 camps for some level ranges. You're like, oh, we could go to the common one in Garlic Citadel, or there's that one spot in the one hole of deep in Yoda Jungle where you can fight specifically 4 goblins if you like don't do it too fast. Some guy in your party's like, no, I remember back in 2003, before they introduced Zillart, we could go to this spot. First little tip, make sure to grab whatever the, is it like regional support spell? I really don't even know what the hell it's called. Signet in the original areas, Sanction in Huntin, Ionis and Adelant, etc. Point is, it provides those regional credits like conquest points that are still used for all sorts of good stuff even today. Sometimes it also provides like defense or evasion bonuses against easier foes, and like in Outergon you can get stuff like refresh, regen, extended food duration. With things moving so quickly, it's easy to forget these days, but still really useful. It did suck when you're like, we've got the best party ever, and you show up to camp and all the good camps are taken, and you get the one where it's like every 5th mob you've got to fight something that's way too hard. I remember certain level ranges were just amazing. You're like, I've got so many camp options, I've got some great camp options, and then you get to like level 50 and you're like, ah. Now when I first hopped back, I immediately started killing super easy stuff for amazing XP, because XP has increased dramatically. I was getting like 500 a kill on decent challenges. I'd never seen the likes of this, and I thought that was the new fast way to do stuff. I'd never tried to solo stuff over maybe an even match and the occasional tough, but rarely for XP. Well, we can go down to the Garlic Citadel basement, but we don't have a red mage to dispel the evasion bonus on the beetles. I thought it was the new fast way to do stuff, and it's not. It's hard to tear yourself away from that once you start rolling with these decent challenges. But with trust, you can now take on very tough and even incredibly toughs easily. We don't have a white mage to erase the attack down effect from the bats. Better try it anyway, and it would suck. I was chaining ITs into the teens, like chain 15, 16, 17 between level 80 and 90 in Crawler's Nest. That's like Summoner. It's not even a strong DD job at that point. Just remember that not all trusts are created equal. Feel free to try out different combinations to get the best balance of support, attacking, and overall damage depending on your needs. Also, if they can skill chain together, all the better. It's kind of crazy because I remember I used to fight like toughs as like Dragoon White Mage, and I was like, oh my god, I am destroying stuff. I got chain 4. I almost got to chain 5. I'm doing great. Then Outergon came along, it's like 55, it's like, we are doing Calibri. Lesser Calibri in Outergon. Calibri are designed to remove your enjoyment of the party. Because you'd be like, oh, are you about to skill chain? Sorry, you've no TP anymore. Now I was getting a decent challenge for like twice the XP I used to get doing that. 3 times as fast. And I was like, this is clearly the new way we get XP. I've gotten like 10k an hour on decent challenges. Oh no, I've gained 8! Feather Tickle! No TP! No! My one buddy's like, I think we should explore even harder mobs. I'm like, why? We're like flying. We went and started fighting ITs. It was just like, poof, I just gained a merit. What happened? And the first time he brought a black mage to one of those parties before I ever figured it out, and he's like, Thunder 3. And the Cleaver's like, I like that spell. Thunder 3, and everyone's like, Black Mage, He's like, I didn't know. Next, it's a quick mention of the ground tomes and their various achievement pages. Ground tomes were introduced a few years back, and I'm sure a lot of you remember them. It suddenly made soloing a little bit easier. You'd get like, kill 4 of these and 4 of these instructions, and then when you achieved it, you get like 2k and it would start over. It was the first thing that really made leveling by yourself approachable for everybody that wasn't a Beastmaster. But now if you combine that with the new trust, and we can totally take on IT system, if you can find an area with ground tomes objectives that's right in the VT to IT range for your level, against easy enemies you plan on killing anyway, go for it. They provide a couple thousand XP upon completion, which isn't like mind-blowing, but every little bit counts and helps speed things along. Does anyone remember that one camp? I forget what level range it is. It might be like level 25 out in Saruman campaign, or is it Champagne? Don't sacrifice amazing camps just for a book though. I mean, they don't mean as much as they did when they were first introduced, but if you work them into your current routine anyway, great. The outside Juno, there was that one little tiny nook on your way to Garler's Citadel where you could like pull goblins. That was it. If you didn't feel like going to Yatunga Jungle. Which brings me to my next point. XP camps. Old XP camps are still valid. There's a reason they were so popular. Easy to kill mobs in safe campable areas were popular for the same reasons they'd still be viable now. The only difference is now with trusts you can run out there by yourself and quite frankly probably take them on a level or 2 early. The trusts are nuts. I could go through levels 1 to 75 with suggestions, but honestly, there's amazing guides that people have put together over years of experience and research, and they're better compilations of information than I could ever try to go over here. So look online for Final Fantasy XI camp guides, and I'm sure you'll find some amazing stuff. But while mentioning that, new zones have been introduced, new camps. The Eshka zones were introduced in the Rhapsodies content, providing some interesting opportunities for leveling as well. Starting around level 45, there are leveling options in Eshka Zeta that could last you all the way to 99 if you wanted. People used to have the most hilariously weird ways to level. They'd have like secret little tricks like, okay, so if you eat the fruit off of the tree in the distant corner of Bibiki Bay, it'll pop this mob. If you're not in sight of the mob, if you're on the other side of the mob before it sees you, he'll depop. All his pets will remain. Aga all the pets for instant 4k XP. And that would be like a 20-minute process. You're like, do this for 10 days, and you'll be level 53 from 50. It's amazing. It's amazing XP. I skip out on a few of those just to break up the monotony of being in the same level for 50 levels straight. But regardless, they're there if you want them. I skip out on a few of those just to break up the monotony of being in the same zone for 50 levels. Have you noticed that there's no music in there? There's no music. No battle music, nothing. Really weird. There might be music. It just might be really boring. The real trick is post 75 as the guys get fewer and far between. Post 75 introduced Abyssia content. Seriously, I hated Abyssia. I told everybody I know that my favorite part was leveling, earning new abilities, getting faster and more efficient in parties, introducing new mechanics, new skill chains, new magic bursts, new increased damage caps. I was like, holy shit, I just did 1,000 damage. I've never done that before. And then Abyssia came along. Abyssia was like, you could do it in a day, but only if you partied for 4 hours straight with no breaks. I used to do the whole Black Mage Gobby Pet thing. I thought that was amazing. During those 4 hours, you will barely notice that you're doing anything because there's 18 of you all pounding on the same 2 mobs. It wasn't for me. You just sit there casting freeze on a rara pet of a goblin. Also, you'd be really bad in Abyssia until you'd done all the Abyssia content, like the Abyssia boss stones and got some amazing admins. Oh my god, I hated Abyssia. I hope the goblin doesn't turn around. I hope this isn't resisted. I digress. Anyways, most of the people got to 99 in Abyssia parties that were the fastest way to level at the time. Leveling solo now should be far easier and faster than Abyssia ever was even at its peak. It's really that good. And you one-shot him. And then like 10 minutes later, the goblin will be like, could have sworn I had a beast pet. Better summon a new one. And he'd summon a new one. You're like, you're going down too. Following my previous suggestions, you can figure out some good camping spots just based on, logical mob levels and stuff like that. But my favorites so far are the Eshka Zeta against Gobus and those bees from around 75 to level like 81 or 82. And then Crawler's Nest from 82 all the way up to 90-ish if you want to last that long. Down where those X-ray parties used to be, you can fight all these bees and crawlers. And there's also a book around there, the Groundstone, and you can grab the crawlers and bees. I forgot what the name of those crawlers and those bees are. But you can grab the crawlers and bees page and get like 5,000 XP every 10 mobs or so. It's really fast. Thief, level 32. You don't have Viper Bite. You're terrible. 33. You have Viper Bite. Now you're doing 500 damage a weapon skill at a level where mobs have 2000 HP. And it does a distortion too for another 500. You could stay in Eshka through that range, but I hate it because the Gobus and bees level up to these harder Gobus and bees, which is fine, but they're all surrounded by these shitty plant monsters that poison, paralyze, and blind you and just destroy the MP of your trust. Oh my god, I hate them. They're just annoying. They just piss me off. It actually was the lamest looking weapon skill. All dagger weapon skills up until level 60 where you get Dancing Edge are the most boring things ever. You're just like, plus, who doesn't love crawlers? Come on. I still don't have the map to that place. Still. It's like a quest. I never did it. You always look like you're unplugging a clogged drain. You're like, but we went down there so often, I was like, I could walk through this place by heart. What do I need a map for? But then Dancing Edge was like, there's also currently the Welcome Back campaign that's doubling XP, so check it out now if you're thinking of leveling a job and want to get it done fast. How do I... My wrist is doing weird stuff. I love Summoner as a job, but I really didn't feel like leveling it. It's kind of weird to level. Flew from 77 all the way up to 99 the past couple days. Really nice. So last little notes, don't forget about the XP rings. There are new fancy ones gained from the various events, and I think the Greeter Moogle has a couple, but the classics are still great even if you don't have those. Emperor's Band, gained from using conquest points from any conquest vendor in any of the original cities or Juno, provides a solid 50% XP bonus, and it's been bumped up. It used to only do 3k, now it does 30,000 free XP. Grab one, use it, drain it dry, grab another one. Like, it's free XP. Other than that, keep your eyes on the Records of Eminence options while you're leveling. Sometimes you get great ones like Rarb Tails, which are perfect if you plan on killing like 300 Rarbs in the next 2 hours. My point is, sometimes it's exactly what you're killing or exactly what you're getting in your inventory as drops, and it's just super nice little bonuses, and the Sparks of Eminence are amazing. As for those super sneaky, weird leveling tricks from way back when, they're probably all more trouble than they're worth at this point, which is kind of sad. Considering the raw speed of leveling when just taking down chains of IT mobs by yourself, I can't see any reason why you'd ever go back to Ancient Magic nuking mob pets in one shot, soloing imps with blue magic to get past level 70, Carby kiting bombs in Ifrit's Cauldron just to see if they blow themselves up. Some of my favorites. Oh my god. I went from 60 to 62 on Summoner with Carby kiting. I was there for like a week. Why? I'll tell you why, because Summoner couldn't get a freaking party invite. I wouldn't invite Summoner. They're awful. At least for parties back then, they didn't really offer that much utility. I didn't even have Fenrir until level 60. I had to save up all my money to pay 5 Summoners to kick his ass for me. Anyways, let me know if I'm forgetting some super crucial leveling tips for Final Fantasy XI in this brave new world. There's definitely some interesting techniques once you're at 99, such as cleaving, apex mobs, but I'm not sure that info is super crucial for leveling the 99 itself, unless someone can help you slam out those last 10 levels by doing it while you're like in the party. Man, this was a long one, but I really do hope it was helpful. Leave in the comments anything I totally whiffed on and forgot to add, and your favorite best or worst party story from back in the day. Like the video if you've ever had to run from a Gabi train in Yoder Jungle before they removed training, and definitely subscribe if you're new. I've got plenty of content coming each week, and I really hope to see you guys back. So thanks for watching. That's with Trick Attack, Stink Attack, Trick Attack, bye everybody.